The Phoenix Gold Mine was discovered in 1871 and is still active to this day. Over the years, there are stories of numerous deaths of miners due to poor conditions. Al Moshes, the current owner, agreed to speak with us about this. What, have you ever seen anything ghostly in here?
Yeah.
So, one of the rumors that kind of has gone around about Ray Anderson, that he was a black magic practitioner. Is that true? He practiced magic, like black magic.
No.
Okay, that's.
Did you see that thing on television?
That's what the Ghost Adventurers said.
Made me mad.
Did it?
The guy that took him and told him that, I got rid of him after that.
Did you?
Because that was not true. He was a decent man. He was nothing like it said in that dang movie.
That's not good.
I should have never let that guy even go in with him.
Well, here, now we can clear it up. When we put it out, we'll clear it up that was not true.
Ray Anderson was not a bad person like shown in Ghost Adventures. He was a decent man.
I'm glad you fired him.
Yeah.
It stinks to have your name smeared like that after
he decided
after you pass.
He's trying to ham it up for that program, and
What's your name?
Well, my name's Chandler King, and I recently started working at this mine because I took a tour with Dave, and I really enjoyed the tour, and he talked about some spirits, so that piqued my interest, and I really like digging for minerals and rocks and stuff. I around the mine for a bit and didn't really feel much of anything, and then I went into the room with the mother lode vein, and I felt a bunch of people staring at me, so I put my back against a pillar, and it felt like they all kind of gathered around me and calmed down a bit and were okay with me being there. And then Dave and the rest of the tourists came into the room and everything kind of went away.
Joe, you want to tell us a little bit about like what you do here? And
I volunteered at the Phoenix for 15 years tomorrow. I've done everything here from being a daily tour guide to historian, advertising, and I've also helped do the bookwork of the different mine properties, the Mosha.
So you think it's more of like minor spirits or other spirits that are here rather than Tommyknockers?
Well, I did the word Tommyknockers, it's like leprechauns.
Right, I mean, it's all a form of fairy.
Well, that's where I have a problem with it. A leprechaun would be a fairy. A Tommyknocker was Cornish miners, and they weren't fairies, they were dead miners. And that miner would attach to another, a living miner. And regardless of what mine that miner went to, the Tommyknocker followed him, not stayed in the mine. The spirits here definitely have moods. When you enter the mine, you can usually tell whether it's mad or whether it's unhappy or it's in a good mood that day. And I say it's because it's not a single. I believe there's many spirits in this mine, and I don't believe they're always here all at the same time, or that they choose to be seen or talked to, or otherwise they do attach to people. And if you've been here long enough, they tend to attach to me.
This is Dave. You do a lot around here, right? The tour guide,
yes.
And he's the resident ghost expert.
Yep, and I'm the one that does all the barring every day. And they do let me know where I do and don't need to bar.
The spirits do?
Yes, they do. I'll even ask them, guys, where do I bar down? And I'll bar down. Do I keep working it or do I stop? Am I done? And I'll listen and I'll actually hear the voices.
Really?
They let me know if I should keep working it or not.
Roughly how many people passed away here?
It's really hard to say. We don't know exact numbers.
Right.
I know of at least 3 people that have passed down in that winds.
Down the way. And I'm sure there's been more over the years.
Unfortunately.
that
Records were never
documented.
kept. Always never kept records, unfortunately. So we don't know. We really don't.
But have you ever had any sort of experiences that, I guess, unnerved you or made you, I don't say scared, because you don't seem like
Actually,
you're easily
once,
scared.
yes. And no, I've never been afraid in my mountain. There was one time where I was back in that Phoenix Drift, and I was right there where you can't go much further than that.
Okay.
And I'm just standing there doing nothing, just hanging out by myself. I had my little meter going, and I said, guys, who's here with me? Let me know if anybody's here. And I didn't hear a thing, no lights, no nothing. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I heard, get out. And it was a very mean, very...
Like plain as day with your
And my light
ears.
just went off as soon as I said that. But,
Oh my God.
oh yeah, I heard it. And it was an evil get out. Oh,
But
yeah.
that's pretty interesting that they're so, they communicate with you on such a regular basis.
I've grown such an attachment with them. I won't let them die in vain like those owners did. I let them use my energy. I want to know they're here. And I don't want them to leave. I really don't.
You don't want them to leave?
Nope.
You don't want them to move on?
Nope. They're our history. They're here because they love to be here. They're doing what they love to do, being where they love to be. So no, I'm not going to force them to leave.
Well,
If
yeah,
they want to, they can, but I'm not going to make them.
Not going to push them towards the
Exactly.
light or anything.
I know how they feel. Once I got here 11 months ago,
You don't want to
I
leave?
cannot leave. I would rather be in the mountain than outside. I feel that safe in here.
On the show, they had the tour guide that was talking about Ray and that he was into black magic, and Al got because we asked him, and he got very defensive about it, which I don't blame him. But why would the tour guide even? Was that just for hype? Was he just?
He was a fool. Number one, he had only been
Okay.
here for a year, and
Uh-huh.
he even on the TV show said he was a 12-year seasoned miner. He was a fool. He did it for publicity. Pretty much he knew who was here, what they were here for, so I'm going to get on camera and say whatever I can to get those ratings. Unfortunately, it made Ray look like a fool because no, that was not Ray. Ray loved the children. He would come here during the summer times from out of state to help Al with the school kids that would come on their field
Yeah.
trips. He loved the kids.
Okay.
He was not a warlock, nor was he a male witch.
Okay.
That, unfortunately, was all because of Jim. And Jim even said that to my uncle. That was Uncle Ray. They weren't related.
Yeah.
No.
See, and that's
He
what
didn't
we're
even
going
know
to clear
Ray.
that up. We went down deep into the underground here.
What are these called?
With the winds, which is spelled with a W-I-N-D-Z-E. So not to be confused with the wind. And so we went down that ladder, and we explored down the other way, and kind of went in a little bit where all the water runs with the iron. And we came down here, and we're told to stop here for safety reasons, but so far we've heard some footsteps, like running footsteps through the water, and we've caught a couple whispers, so we'll have to see if those show up on the recorder or on the camera. So he said it's pretty active down here, but that tonight it should, it's typically active upstairs as well. So we should be in for a good night.
It's on. I'll go through and do my inspection in the black, and I'll let my guys know, please let me know you're here, guys, and I'm glad we had a safe night. Let's have a good day. So I do talk to them every day. I acknowledge them every day.
That's what you got to do. 'Cause
Exactly.
You're here
They're
together,
still doing
yeah.
what they knew.
Exactly.
Hope we're having a good day, guys, and I hope we're being safe and nothing's happening. Sounds almost like footprints in the mud. You can see how it's collapsed,
Oh yeah.
but this does go back about 2,000 feet. This, you go back, takes you to that stope we were coming down the ladder. That'll take you up into that stope that we were looking through. That'll take you back around underneath.
That's what it sounded like.
It's coming from here.
Because we don't know. We've never been in a mine before, so.
Yeah.
Someone has to know what they're doing.
I've walked this whole mine.
How far is it?
Someone has to know what they're doing.
I've walked this whole mine.
Can you show me this in
Don't get carried away with the wonderful. See, we got a sense of humor. We're pretty good people. There you go. What we find interesting about this is that the activity jumps from the K2 right to the REM pod and switches as if somebody was moving from one instrument to another.
You doing that on purpose? You doing that on purpose?
We were told about the lanterns the miners used back in the day. We believe that this may have been what we caught, as there are no lights on and this is not a flashlight beam.
But the upper mine was, I think, the best one, honestly. Because they don't tour it. Nobody's allowed to go back there unless you're escorted in, because it hasn't really had anything done to secure it either. Which is why we almost had a rock fall. It says we were leaving.
Right.
And having the whistle, that was very cool. Audible whistle.
Nope.
Hello?
Did you just hear whistling?
Yeah.
No, I...
Is that you whistling?
Or if you hear any kind of disembodied voices, it's kind of a no-brainer. Like, okay, you're not alone. We had all seen very clear mists that would move throughout the mine very intelligently. And this was amazing. So we decided to try to capture it on film, and we were able to catch some of those pictures, which was great because we all were experiencing it. So that was absolutely amazing. Picking up the EMF detection was great too, where something is actually following you, walking around with you, and you can know exactly where it's at, and then it's gone, and that's it. So it was just absolutely amazing. It was my first time in a mine as well, and just can't wait to go back to pick up more.
Right.
And some of the parts of the mines were very, they don't let anybody in there. It's very deteriorated. So when we were going back, we had kind of an exclusive view. All lights are off, we're back a ways, and you just see this ball of light. Super noticeable. Again, we got pictures of it.
You doing that on purpose?
And it was just kind of, moving around. We could all see it clearly. One of the miners there, the gentleman that was taking us around, Dave, he said that they used to use not just whistles, but they would use the lanterns to communicate. So that was pretty neat. We were thinking maybe that was what was going on. So he had said maybe we should go. We started walking out, and a huge rock fell from the ceiling and hit the ground behind us. So we're feeling like maybe one of those miners were letting us know that it was time to go.